Then, Simo here again, beard's coming on, still active goat, as I say. Right then, so what people's been asking me about the onion and cheese onion bread I made the other day. So that's what I'm going to do now. I forgot to get the cheese out of the freezer. Because what you do when you do this, you freeze the cheese, grate it and freeze it. It stops it going sticky and horrible in the bread. And it also gives it a little bit more thawing time when it's in the oven. So I've made my dough, which I'll put the recipe for this particular dough in the comments underneath. So you'll be able to get to know how I made this particular dough. So I'm not going to go through the recipe. What I've got on this plate here, I've got some chopped onion and some grated onion. Now the grated onion tends to blend into the bread to give it flavour. The chopped onion gives it a bit of bite. Excuse the horn, it's somebody being rude outside in the street. Now in this bowl I've got my risen dough. That's it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to knock it back and I'm going to make the bread. So I forgot to get my cheese out of the freezer, so I'm going to go get the cheese out of the freezer and I'll show you that in a minute. So that's what I'm going to do. I've also made another loaf of bread which I'll tell you about later. Now this bread I'm making now, this onion and cheese bread, you can make it with tomato and anything, but you use tomato puree to do that. So if you put tomato puree in and herbs and garlic, or you put just tomato puree in and some dried tomatoes or something, or even you can put lots of things into flavour. You can put just herbs in, you can put just garlic in, you can put... This recipe is very, very good. You can do all sorts of it. You have to excuse the dog walking about behind me. I'm going to wash my hands in a second. So, basically you can put whatever you want in. I'm going to put cheese and onion in because we like that. It's good stuff, it's nice. And as I say, I did the video the other day. And you all saw how it was done and people were asking for me to do a video on it. Okay? Right then. So, I've been planning my next video, which I'll tell you a bit more about afterwards as well, which is good news, especially with this climate. So I'm going to just dash off now and wash my hands and also get my cheese out of the freezer. Back in a second, second to you, a couple of minutes to me. I'm back again. Now what I've done, I'll turn the camera around so you can see what I've done. And down. You can see what I've done and what I'm doing. So what I've done is I've split this dough into two. This piece I'm going to freeze, because one thing that does add flavour to bread is adding doughs from previous baking sessions. It actually makes amazing bread, yeah. And you can even save 2 or 3 up and then make a dough and then stick them in with it. This is a piece I'm going to make into cheesy bread. I've got my bag of cheese here out of the freezer. Yeah. Frozen cheese. It's always handy to have a bag of frozen cheese, grated cheese in the freezer, because it's always handy if you fancy quick pizza. Now we use wraps, you know, the tortilla wraps. If you're hungry and need a pizza or anything like that, just stick a bit of tomato paste on tomato puree on, and stick some cheese on, and stick some olives and bits and pieces on, and you can have a pizza within minutes. So if you're ever stuck, that's a good thing, a serving suggestion for you. So like I said, I've got this dough here now. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to spread it out a little bit like this. Now one thing that happens is when you put the grated onion in, sometimes it gets a bit wet as the dough, so you have to put a bit more flour on. I know I don't like doing it, but you have to do it, because if you don't, you end up with solid flour, so it'll be alright, nothing. It'll go in pizzas wherever's left. So you end up with I forgot what I'm going to say now, that's me stroke coming in. Oh yeah, we're on about onion, won't we? So onion, if you put too much grated onion in, what happens is you'll end up with too much liquid, so you have to put a bit more flour in because you can't get around it because it makes it a bit wet. There you go. So now I'll put a bit of onion in, like this. Stretch it out a little bit. Bit of onion. I'll put all my grated onion in. That's it. Bit of juice on. It's a bit nice that. There you go. Just do that in there, like that. Bring that in like that. That's it. Now I'm going to flatten it out. Keep massaging it in. Keep bringing it round and putting it in, and bringing it round and putting it in, until eventually it gets mixed in. You're going to lose some. It's a bit sticky now. I'm putting that liquid, that grated onion in. So we need a bit of this, like the jar now afterwards, just to stop it getting too sticky. A bit of bread flour. By the way, with this I'm using the frozen fresh yeast that I used in the previous video. Same procedure, wake it up, make it lively, it'll come round, there you go. So, a bit of flour, just to stop it being too sticky due to the, so I just keep kneading it in now. Knead it in, knead it in, knead it in, like this. That's it, keep kneading it in, stick a bit more cheese on. Now another thing you can do, you can make tomato and basil bread, which if you like that sort of thing, it's lovely, really nice. Just a bit more cheese, that's it. You can't have too much cheese, well you can because it makes a mess, but there you go. Put a bit more cheese on. Like I said, I'm not a professional baker, I just do this for my mental health. So if anybody thinks I'm making a mess of things, I am. But there you go, it's lovely when it's done. So, just knead it in. Knead the cheese in. The frozen cheese. That's it. But you don't want to overdo it. So, that's that. So I'm going to stick it in there now and let it rise. In this tin. When it's risen, I'm going to put it in the oven. Then I'm going to take it out, put a bit more cheese and onion on the top. So I'm going to take a bit of cheese out of there. I'm going to wash my hands again in a minute. Take a bit of cheese out of that bag, put it on that plate with that onion. And the rest will go to a cheese and onion sandwich. Okay. So there you go. My cheese and onion bread basically. Well, bread dough. And like I said, I will put the recipe in the description underneath. There you go. So, back shortly. To you it'll be a couple of seconds, to me it'll be about an hour. And I'm back again. So I'm going to tell you now, I had to add a bit more dough to that dough that I made earlier on because I wasn't right keen on it. I think it needed a bit more, so I added a bit more dough to it. The other's going to go in storage in the freezer for another loaf. Now, I've been making another loaf. This is the same recipe dough. The same recipe dough with sourdough in it, which I'm going to put it all in the recipe. Yeah, you don't have to put sourdough in, but I put it for flavour. I like my bread to taste of something, not fluffy, whatever. So this is the loaf I made earlier on, which is about to go in the oven. It's been improved, it's been raised and whatever. Now you can egg wash it at this point if you want, but I don't bother. Now one thing I do put in the oven is a tray full of water. That helps with the crust, it creates steam, it helps it rise a bit more in the oven, and it also helps with the crust. So I tend to use water in the oven with it. So this is just plain bread, it hasn't got anything with it, it's just got basic bread. I always make a basic one and something else, yeah. Now, going back to baking, if anybody has any questions, don't forget to ask me in the comments, or phone me, or contact me through Facebook or Twitter even. Eccentric something with Twitter. I'll tell you what it is later on. Also, I've been working on something. Now, this here is a surprise. Don't look very nice, does it? But it's a surprise, which I've been working on. I saw something online, yeah. So I thought I'm going to do a little sample, see if it works. And if it works, I'm going to show you how it works and what it is and how to do it. So that's that. So shortly, you'll be seeing this bread done because this is going in the oven now. The other one's rising nicely. It's not risen enough yet though, but it's still rising nicely. Look, there you go. Yeah, I don't have a lot of tins, but I like to do flavoured ones round and then bread loaf. Or I use the proving basket, which is here. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I've shown you this. That's a proving basket. Use that mainly with sourdoughs, but it does look scruffy, but that's how they are. You have to cure them with flour, and that's yeah. That's a proving basket. All these things you can buy online at Amazon, same as bread tins and things like that. I don't use machines because I prefer to do it by hand. I can use machines. I've got a machine not a bread making machine, but I've got a mixer in the cupboard. But I prefer to do it by hand because it gives you a bit more satisfaction. So shortly you'll be seeing this bread in about 40 minutes, but to you it'll only be a second. Bye bye. See you in a bit. It is now done. You have to excuse the crunching in the back. That's the dog that's decided to have his dinner. It does do stuff in inconvenient times. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, look, this is it. This is the bread. I'll just turn you around so you can have a look. That's it. There you go. Just turn you around a bit more. That's it. So this is the bread that I've made. Cheese one, obviously, the round one. And this is the plain normal bread. Like I say, I do add sourdough to it, even though I use yeast to give it a bit extra flavour. So that's what bread needs, is flavour. So it's sort of semi-sourdough. So it's moment of truth time. Let's have a look, see what's inside. I can't cook the other one, it's too hot yet, but I will do later on. So, see how the crumbs turned out. Look at that. Look at that, spot on, perfect. Crusty. You get the crust, like I said, by putting a tray of water in the oven. Now you've got to be careful because sometimes if you put in like non-stick trays, it does make them rust. But if you use like an empty takeaway can or something like that, one of them aluminium ones, not the plastic ones obviously. If you use a plastic metal takeaway tray, then it's spot on. So make sure you just chuck it away when you've had enough. Put another one in next time you have a takeaway. Just wash it out or buy some cheap ones wherever. You can buy them fairly cheap. We have them for freezing things in. So here we go. Moment of truth time. For proper butter, but we have to have this low calorie stuff. Bit of strawberry jam. Bit of strawberry jam. I like plenty of jam on my bread. I like plenty of bread with my jam. That's it. You can't beat it, can you? It's no good for waistline this, but you've got to admit it's good stuff. Okay, so here we go. Moment of truth time. Moment of truth time. Very nice. Have a go. It's easy. Very easy. Like I said, this one made with fresh frozen yeast. I buy it fresh and freeze it. So before it goes into a liquid, don't matter. Just get it in a bowl, revive it with some protein from some flour, some bread flour. a bit of sugar, and off it goes. Just stick 200 grams of flat bread flour in or something, some water, a bit of sugar, and it'll revive itself within what, 40 minutes. It'll be bubbling lovely. So I said bubbling lovely, not something else, before you start writing in. So don't forget, if you want to make these things, and if you have any questions, now my next video I'm going to be showing you how to make some hand sanitizer, your own hand sanitizer. So it'll save you some money, plus it not just save you some money, it'll show you how to, if there's a major disaster again, it shows you how you can make it. So I'm going to show you how to make that. And then next week, when I've got some more money, I'm going to make some more bacon, but different type of bacon, because we used the last bacon today, the last lot of bacon I made on camera we've used today, so I'm going to be making it next week. And then I'm also going to make some corned beef at some point for you, show you how to make corned beef. So please enjoy, like, subscribe, it is free. Right, like, subscribe, and just basically have fun with bread. That's it. Okie dokie. So thank you very much for watching. Right, I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll cut into this cheesy one before you go. And it's done me. That's cooled down a bit. So off we go, we'll go over this side, take you back over here, down, over again, that's it. It's getting good with this technology, and I'll just cut into this cheesy one. It is still a bit hot. It tends to concertina a little bit when it's hot. There you go. That's the cheese bread. Still steaming hot. Cheese and onion. Like I said, this is nice with tomato and basil. If you use tomato puree, some sun-dried tomatoes and some basil, you use either fresh or dried. I use fresh. It's very, very nice. There you go. The crumb is fantastic because it's still hot, but it's still there. Thank you very much. I'll just bring you around so you can see my ugly mug again. That's it. So like I said, share, like, subscribe. I need to get 1,000 subscribers, so I can. So if I get 1,000 subscribers, then I can go live and do live stuff, which I want to do eventually. Like I said, I'm not a baker, I'm not a cook, well, I'm home cook, but I'm not a chef. I just do this for my own mental health, keep myself occupied, keep my mind going, and making something that the family can enjoy. That's it. So that's what it is, it's all about my mental health. That's why I do these videos. Thank you very much. Take care, good night, God bless, see you later, bye bye.